All right, hello and welcome. This is the Legends Racing League podcast for Dover. I am FULCRUM1 with my partner here, Gemini. Our guest today is Wild Thing. We're going to start off today with doing a recap of the Dover race, so I'll hand it over to Gemini.
Thank you, Fulcrum, and welcome, as he said, to our first ever podcast, and let's go into it. Dover was absolutely dominated, much like a lot of races this season, by Predator himself. He led 198 laps out of the scheduled 200, which was absolutely, that's a great performance. I don't care who you are. And, well, to start out with, let's say incidents. Let's go into some incidents. There was an incident between my co-host Fulcrum here and a few other drivers really got into it, and it collected, I think, a total of 3 cars were damaged, maybe a fourth that stayed in the race. But one of the biggest wrecks we've seen this season in terms of numbers of casualties. And let's go. The reason why Wild Thing is here is because he is one of the drivers that was eliminated in that Dover race. That's why he's here. That's why he's here, so we can talk to him and get his insight on what went down with him. And I think it's pretty shocking that he was one of the. I would like to classify him as one of the top drivers in the league to be out in the first round. I think that's shocking to everyone who watches the league. So back to Fulcrum with his take on what happened.
Yeah. So Wild Thing, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm well. Thanks for asking. So Dover, how do you think that Dover race went for you?
Overall, pretty well. My car was fine. I mean, it could run well. The only problem was when I stayed out to lead a lap on that following restart and that whole green flag run, I just got really tight, and I thought it was going to come down to pit strategy, so I planned it out just right. I mean, I think I could have made it all the way if we kept going green, but you never know in these races in this league what's going to happen. So overall, good finish. I'm proud of it. So, I mean, if I had to be more aggressive, I would have been, but
yeah. Tricky thing, track conditions definitely change, you can't really predict, if your car is going to be tight or loose sometimes. Your car can be great all day and then final pit stop. And like you said, green flag runs, sometimes you count on those happening and they don't.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, definitely true. Gemini, I'm going to pass it over to you. You go ahead and ask me a question real quick. I'll come back to it.
Alrighty. Wild Thing, I know, like I said earlier, I classify you, I think a lot of people in this league, at least the latter half of this year, or this year altogether as opposed to last year, that you are one of the upper echelon of drivers in this league in terms of just performances, qualifying, practices, and that sort of thing. You're always towards the top almost every time. And for a name like yourself to be out in the first round, how does it make you feel? I can't imagine it makes you feel good. So what say you?
Oh, my mindset still in the Cup is, even though I am officially eliminated, my mindset is I'm still in this. Even though I didn't win Chicago because I didn't send in where I finished, I still had a first. I couldn't show up to New Hampshire. Then I had a third. So what I'm going to basically do is calculate myself in the points, writing it down on a separate piece of paper and see where I could have been if I sent in that entry that I won at Chicagoland. So, but other than that, I'm looking forward to tonight's Xfinity race because I moved on to the second round there. The last race I was able to run was at Chicagoland. So hopefully I can get a win at Charlotte.
That's a good mindset to have, just to kind of keep yourself mentally in it. And you're still in the chase for the other series, correct?
Correct.
Alrighty, so I guess we'll see you as competitive as you've ever been in the other series, and I'm looking forward to tonight as well. It's going to be fun. I'm looking for the win, just looking to place well and don't do anything to jeopardize the position. So back to Fulcrum with another one of his questions.
All right, thank you much. So yeah, we're getting ready to go to Charlotte here. So like I said, you're out. Other than determined you're out of the chase, you're basically just running for your own points at this point. Tell you place. What is your plan of attack for Charlotte today?
Same plan I had at Chicago, go out there and run hard and get as many points as I can.
All right.
So that's the way to be.
Yeah.
Short, sweet, and to the point, I'd say.
Yeah. Can't argue with that, can you? You have one more question you wanted to ask, Gemini?
Maybe. I mean, I'm just everything seems to be covered here. Wild thing seems to be, pretty deliberate in his answers. I'm gonna turn the mic on to you, folks. Let's flip the script here a little bit. What is your plan of attack going into Charlotte tonight?
My plan of attack, well, pretty much what I've been doing lately, and it's been working out for me fairly well. I'm definitely not trying to be the fastest car out there. I just try to have a car that's good and controllable for long run, open for green flag runs, so I can basically chip away at people as long run wears out.
Yeah, that's a good way to be here in the chase.
Yeah,
you see it happen a lot. Just people trying to swing for the fences and go for the homer, and then they end up making their car too loose or something, and then they get damaged somewhere, somehow, some way.
Well, yeah, that's it, just exactly too. With full damage in this league, when you can't. You can run balls out, but you're gonna pay a consequence more than likely sooner or later.
Yeah.
So,
My
what about
my
you,
mindset,
Gemini? Yeah.
Well, my mindset's kind of the same as yours, and I seem to have working out much like you have. There was a stretch there, when you first came back to the league, that I was just getting damaged. I think it was like a 3-week period that I had damage every race in both series. And
Yeah, just like the beginning of the season.
Yeah. So that's no fun. So I've kind of learned to let drivers make their own mistakes. No one ever runs perfectly. Everyone will clip the wall at some point. Unfortunately, some people get wall glitches, that sort of thing. So my mindset has just been to run as clean as I possibly can and let everyone else make their own mistakes. And hopefully I can gain positions based on people having to pit from damage or engine damage being slow, that sort of thing. And it seems to be working out pretty well. I haven't had damage in quite some significant damage in quite some time. Fingers crossed that we don't have it on the rest of the way out. That's kind of been my mindset. It's kind of the same as yours, just to kind of stay safe and see how things play out.
All right. Yeah, it's definitely a good working plan. Well,
Yeah.
I think that pretty much covers it for this round. That's what I'm going to say. Thank you to Wildton for being our guest.
Yep.
Sorry you're out of the chase. Glad you're still sticking around for the rest of the chase. Disappointed that you won't be here next year, but good luck in your new endeavors. And with that, you want to sign us off, Gemini?
Sure thing. This has been the Legends Racing Podcast with Fulcrum and myself, GeminiBaum29, and our guest Wild Thing. Like you said, thanks for coming and spending some time with us and getting your insight on your racing views. And we'll see you guys next week after Charlotte. Have a good one.